Chaos erupts as immigration authorities crack down on undocumented immigrants in a series of raids. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets in a vain attempt to stop the feds.
Welcome to the Fox 11 News at 10. I'm Laura Diaz in for Alex Michelson.
And I'm Christine Devine. Tonight, chaos in downtown LA as immigration raids target undocumented immigrants, bringing hundreds of protesters into the streets.
Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in downtown LA with the very latest there. Ed?
Yeah, Laura, a wild, crazy night here downtown L.A. You no doubt can hear the sirens moving around right through this section of the city. Joe will give you a look. LAPD now on citywide tactical alert. That is Los Angeles Street, the cross at the light there with all the flashing lights, Temple, and then the overpass to the Hollywood freeway. They've shut down those on-ramps, off-ramps. They don't want the protesters to move into that area to get on the freeway. Their main area, though, continues to be that location on Alameda, right by the Metropolitan Detention Center. Let's go to some video, show you an idea what LAPD has been dealing with the last couple of hours. This is one of their skirmish lines set up, moving slowly, working their way in front of that detention center. The crowd at one point estimated at a couple hundred. It's diminished by far now down. There may be several dozen. Protesters really turned agitators, still squaring off with LAPD. At some point, we're told some of the protesters picking up some chunks of concrete, stones of concrete by the federal building and then throwing them at the federal officers in front of the detention center. A wild, wild scene down there. Look and listen to this, will you? Boy, how crazy is that? And the officers firing back with pepper balls and some pepper spray. A wild scene there. And then a live look up top. Sky Fox is that crowd now of the protesters that still remain, slowly kind of moving from our vantage point. We can see them moving away from the detention center itself and moving over toward First and over into Little Tokyo area. Some more units, about a half dozen or so black and white LAPD cruisers with lights and sirens running in that area. The thought is now to contain, if you will, to contain these protesters, not allow it to get out of hand, not allow it to spread into other areas. But that area along Alameda, right by the federal building, really hit with a lot of graffiti, a lot of damage, if you will, as one of the protesters actually caught on video using a hammer, police were saying, to chip away at a concrete wall and create those little concrete stones that they were using as projectiles at the officers themselves. No reports of any major injuries here. Still no reports of any arrest here as LAPD trying to ease all of this. And as we've been talking, why the detention center, why is that the lightning rod of all the activity here as LAPD moves around some more of their cruisers? That is the lightning rod because that's where the detainees are being held, some 40 of them, after those early morning ICE raids in several locations through downtown LA and the Westlake district. So LAPD moving black and whites around. They're moving actually over to the Little Tokyo area as that crowd of protesters that still remains moves in that direction. And when you say protesters at this point, it almost, I dare to say, agitators, because they're the ones who continue to sort of fight it out with LAPD, provoking LAPD, refusing the order by police to say break it up or you're going to be arrested, and they continue to taunt the officers at this late hour.
Still an active scene there.